6 minutes, if not more, by your sixth
For one question?
for one problem. That's why you have 6 problems tonight. Day 2, guys, of 9-1. Let's get through this. We're going to graph quadratic functions. Y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. What form is that called? Standard form. Okay? Let's recap what we figured out. You blurted out, but the graph of a quadratic is called a
parabola.
Don't say it the wrong way. Say it. Parabola. And what's its shape, Alec?
A U.
It's like a U. Very good. Either right side up or it could be upside down. Okay? If A is positive, the graph.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Briggs, say it's symmetrical around. There was something we called it in the middle. It makes it. We tried to
Line
fold
of
it,
symmetry.
or we'll call it line of symmetry or axis of symmetry. All the ones we've done so far have been symmetrical around the y-axis.
Because there's no B.
They're not always symmetrical around the y-axis, but what Kev said is line / or of symmetry. That's what we're going to find today.
Axis makes.
If you can find axis or line of symmetry,
Is that what B does?
Huh?
B.
B affects the line of symmetry, right?
Does that make it go to x-axis?
It makes, well, don't think about it. That doesn't make any sense, Henry. It
Well,
makes it
when-
go
when
left
do
and
they
right.
go- like, they go this way instead of
Oh, no. I'm not going to graph any for a long time that goes sideways. I call them sideways ones. They're up, if A is positive, or upside down.
So we have a 50-50.
The top one?
Yeah.
That's where the x and the y's, this is when x squared. Oh, bless you.
Feels like Spanish class.
There we go. The sideways one, guys, looks like this. And it's when, x equals y squared plus y plus c. The x and the y switch and go sideways. Okay, we will not do those in this chapter. I think that might even be an algebra 2 concept. Okay, so that's only the side. We're going to do right side up. All right. When the parabola turns, what's the name of that point where the parabola turns? Okay.
Vertex.
The vertex. We're going to look for that vertex after we find the line of symmetry. And is either a or the maximum point or the minimum point. And you got to start thinking about that maximum minimum point when we start talking about domain and range. He's throwing those words domain and range out again. Okay. Depending on whether the graph opens. If C is positive, the graph is shifted.
Right.
No, if C is positive, up C units. Okay. If C is negative, the graph is shifted down C units. That's just kind of the same thing as if A is positive. We kind of already went through that.
It's just like where
Oh,
it
yeah.
is on
Oh, yeah,
the
guys,
y
erase this up here with this. A doesn't make it shift C units up or down. Just up or down. But I mean, that does go in there, but I think we just want it up or down. I don't think we need to write that about C units. Yeah, we just wrote up or down on the notes. Okay. But I still do think it goes C units up or down. All right, here we go. Yesterday we did the y equals ax squared when there was no b, when b and c were both 0. Then we tried to step it up and made just b 0, ax squared plus c. But now if we put a b in there, the value of b affects the position of the axis of symmetry. So it shifts it. Everybody put your little pencils up in the air like an axis of symmetry. Here's the axis, which was always the y-axis yesterday. B makes it move left and right.
And then C.
Okay, but now B does not move it like C does. Like C was real easy to figure out how it moved, right? It would be nice if B's 4 went 4 units to the right. It don't work that way. You guys got to memorize a few things here.
use a note card?
No, good question. Nico, I think you have a very good memory, and I think you'll have no problem memorizing.
What did he ask?
We use a note card.
Can we cheat?
No.
All right, here we go. The x-coordinate of the vertex.
Alright. Used to be 0 yesterday.
Yesterday was 0.
B.
The x-coordinate of the vertex of a quadratic equation is always, you guys ready?
0. 5.
Negative b over 2a. Say it in your head. Everybody say it in your head 5 times.
Negative b over 2a.
In your
It's so
head.
Easy.
Everything revolves around negative b over 2a. Okay? Negative b over. Oh, this is the quadratic formula.
Yeah, but it's negative b over 2a, but it's not plus or minus.
Is there negative b over 2a here?
Yeah.
Oh,
Besides
this
the
part.
square.
Yeah. Comes into play. Yeah, right. It does. In the quadratic formula. We're gonna learn this in a couple, maybe a
To
week or two.
memorize it.
Aw.
Oh yeah. You have to solve the quadratic formula and come up with this.
Don't you have to grab
Why
it?
do you make us scared like
Why are you scared? Why are
You
you
were-
scared of math?
Did you wear that shirt?
What?
Did you wear that shirt?
Did I order it?
Could you wear it? When we have to
Oh yeah, I
memorize it?
will. I wanted to wear it on Saturday when you guys had the placement test, but I think Mr. Smith would have yelled at me.
You don't use
But you guys don't even know it yet, so. But whatever. All right,
You
let's
were
get through
alive
this.
when I'm supposed to be here.
So, everybody think of an ordered pair, the vertex. Put your hands up like parentheses.
Alright,
Parentheses.
Okay? Here, pretend you're looking at the vertex of a parabola.
alright.
The x value, the first one, is negative b over 2a. Can
Okay.
you memorize that?
first one?
I think you can. Now, to find the y coordinate of the vertex,
Okay.
the second number, find the x coordinate, negative b over 2a, and plug that value into your equation. You're going to need your calculators today, by the way.
Aw.
Solve for y and find the y coordinate.
We need it.
Not right now, not right now.
I never put it back in my briefcase after playing.
So, here's the second thing you have to memorize.
I did.
The vertex will always be at negative b over 2a.
Comma.
Why?
Well, the y, but how do we get y? It is y, but here's what y will always be once you know the axis of symmetry. It will be
0.
f of negative b over 2a. Parenthesis, parenthesis. OMG. If you just understood what I wrote there, you are a genius. When we do an example, you'll be like, what's that?
Negative b is
Yeah,
a y.
I get totally get it.
Negative b is a y intercept. And then
Hold on now. So, the vertex will always be at negative b over 2a, comma, f of negative b over 2a. Do you guys remember doing function notation?
Oh no, I
Let me
hit the-
let me back the train up. On the side of your paper, everybody write this down. Y, we'll do an easy one. Y equals 2x plus 1.
You sure?
A linear equation.
Yeah.
Okay? Kev? Enough. What's the same thing as y?
f of x.
F of x. Very good. You guys are good. Does everybody agree f of x equals 2x plus 1? Same thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we asked you guys to find certain values for x. So let's say we want f of 3.
Alright.
Everybody find f of, and I gave each one so easy you guys can do it in your head. Everybody find f of 3.
7.
How'd you get 7?
Because
Come
you
on.
I put 3 in for x, and then 2 times 3 is 6, 6 plus 1.
Plus 1.
So, f of 3 equals 7. Everybody agree?
Chop,
Remember doing that?
chop.
You are going to find f of whatever negative b over 2a is. That's why we did function notation and stuff like this earlier in the year. Okay? All right, once we do an example, this hopefully will start to make more sense. Now, the axis of symmetry will always be the vertical line that passes through the x-coordinate of the axis. So, the equation is, next important thing you got to memorize, x equals, okay? Everybody put your pencils up in the air like the axis of symmetry. Has to be the axis of symmetry cannot be angled, cannot be horizontal, it's got to be, what's the word?
Straight up.
Yeah, it can
What's
be
the
heard of-
mathematical word for straight up? Vertical. Okay? Aaron, no. Vertical line. What's the equation of this line? What kind of line is this?
A box.
It's an x equals line.
It's an x equals, it's bucks, so it's an x equals line. Here's the equation
X
of,
equals.
now here's my next question to you. Pretend this is the axis of symmetry for your parabola. Does the vertex have to be on this line?
Yeah.
No.
Is it-
Yes.
Only
Is
if
it
it's
possible for the vertex to be somewhere else?
Oh.
Yeah, because
No.
of B.
Yes.
No.
If it's a
No.
y equals line.
No way. No way. Absolutely not number.
Guys, the vertex has to be on this line. Okay? So the equation is x equals negative b over 2a.
Did you not hear me? You're gonna go back later. You hear me say that.
Got it. All right, so look how important this negative b over 2a is. It's the x value of the vertex. It is the actual equation for your axis of symmetry, and we find f of it to find the y value of the vertex. A lot of things going on. Watch what happens when we do one of these. Find the equation for the axis of symmetry and find the coordinates of the vertex for the graph of the following. So that's all we're not graphing them yet. We're going to find two things: axis of symmetry, vertex. All the stuff that's listed above here. All right, let's do this. I always find the axis of symmetry first. Actually, before I do that, here's what you guys always list what A, B, and C are underneath your quadratic. So important to do that. And that should take you about 3 seconds. In this quadratic, y equals x squared plus 2x. Anybody know what A, B, and C are in this problem? What are A, B, and C?
Got it.
They're numbers.
I got it.
Nico?
A is 1.
A is 1.
B is 2.
C is 2. No, B is 2.
C is 0.
C is 0. 1, 2, and 0.
B and C are letters.
No, they're not letters.
No,
Hey, Mr. Lawson,
1, 2,
here's
and
my
0.
math joke for the day. What's the definition of algebra? What is algebra? The intense study of the last 3 letters of the alphabet.
I don't get it.
Any sense.
The intense study of X, Y, and Z.
I get it.
That's a good one.
I don't get
What does
it.
a mathematically
That might even make T1 laugh.
what does a mathematically gifted mermaid wear?
What is
An
Mr. Lawson
algae
wear?
bra.
Converse.
That's good.
Ah,
That was
good
good.
one.
Wait, what was the first one I was doing?
What is algebra? The intense study of the last 3 letters of the alphabet.
That makes no sense.
You told us that one last year.
The variables. Let's see.
They're the most common variables. Get it?
No.
I think A is more common.
Yeah, Z
Oh,
is
and
a
it's
common
good,
one.
Okay, back to this. Nico, explain where you got 1, 2, and 0 from.
Hey.
What's my
Oh, it's up there.
Explain more.
There's a 1 in front of the x squared. And
Guys, what's standard form?
There's 2. And there's a 0.
Hey, you got to know what standard form is to list A, B, and C. AX squared plus BX plus C. So in this problem, A is 1, coefficient of your x squared. Coefficient of your x is 2, so that means B is 2. And then there is no C here at the end, so it's 0. These 2 problems have a C.
Yes,
The
they
standard form is
Okay.
ax plus by equals c.
AX squared plus BX. No, there's the y equals. There's no y in your right side of your equation. It's y equals. Right? You're getting linears and quadratics confused. All right, so let's do this. Go ahead, Briggs.
I say that
Okay. We're going to find the axis of symmetry first. X equals negative b over 2a. You do not have to write out that formula every time. If you want to, it'll help you remember it. Feel free to do that, but I need everybody to do that right now. Find it, negative b over 2a.
Oh, I can do that.
Briggs, what is it?
1.
It is not 1.
Negative.
Oh.
Oh, negative 1.
It is negative 1.
Negative
So,
six.
I'll put negative 2 over 2 times 1, 2a, which equals negative 2 over 2, which reduces it all the way down to negative 1.
Kind of like finding slow.
So, don't talk anymore, Cubon. Seriously, that's your last warning for the year. Okay? The axis of symmetry is a line at x equals negative 1. Here's what I want everybody to think about right now. Pretend you have a coordinate system sitting right in front of them. And then everybody put your pencil up where x is negative 1 and make a vertical line.
Can I put up the y-axis, please? And then
The parabola is symmetrical around x minus 1. X equals negative 1. So, what is also on that x equals negative 1 line? Kevin,
vertex.
the vertex is on this line. Okay? What that means is, here, I'll do it real quick over here. And you'll see we do graph them. There's x equals negative 1. The vertex is somewhere on this line. We don't know where yet, but we're about to find out. which means the value of the vertex
It's 0.
is 1 comma, we don't know the value of y yet.
I do. I do.
No, no, you don't. Oh, excuse me, -1. Put a negative sign in front of there. I forgot my negative
Isn't
sign.
it C?
It is not C. That would be nice if it were C.
Oh yeah.
It is not C. So, here's how we get the y value. We find f of -1.
Oh, man.
Equals
Here's where
what?
the work comes into play. This is the hardest part, is finding the y value. So, we're going to take -1, and we're going to substitute it in for x. So, we need parentheses here. -1 squared plus 2 times -1. That's function notation. It equals 1 minus 2 or -1. Just a coincidence, both the x and the y value of the vertex are the same value. That doesn't happen very often.
So the points are -1, comma -1.
The vertex is at -1, -1, and the axis of symmetry is x equals
And then do
-1.
we use,
Wait, which one's that for
135?
then?
Would say that I don't understand what that question means.
Like, you said it was a coincidence that they're both -1.
Right.
What is x equals which -1?
Great question.
The first one.
Why is it that one? 'Cause that's what x is.
Oh yeah, that
That's
is.
why.
Yeah.
Good question, Al. So,
Do we just
here's
do
what you have to do for
135?
homework, guys. Find the axis of symmetry first, -b over 2a. Take -b over 2a and plug it in for x and find out what y is. Pair them up. You now have your axis of symmetry. You have your vertex.
Do 135 for
Oh,
that?
the
Which
V stands
means-
for vertex?
The vertex is right there.
And then we will
And then you use the 135 rule.
So our homework, our box answers is just -1, comma -1.
Well, it depends what the question's asking for. All right, let's try another one.
It'll still be
Next
135.
one.
Yeah.
Can I
So,
get
well,
C?
yeah. In this case, yeah,
Going
because
down.
still 135 going down. Oh, the 135 works. All right, let's try B.
Let me go see. Let me see.
A equals B equals C equals.
I got it.
Sean,
Why does the 135 rule not come into play?
it still does. We haven't graphed anything yet. We're just finding the vertex and the axis of symmetry. But the one, if we graph it, Sean, 135 will still work, and that would be good for that one because A is 1, so it doesn't change anything. Okay. Chupinski, what are A, B, and C?
A is
-1.
B is
4. C is 1. Jot those down, guys. So our axis of symmetry is first. -b over 2a. Everybody figure out what that is. Quinlivan, what'd you get?
X equals -4 over 2.
Give me the number. Fine. Do it.
Solve
Get-
it. Solve it.
I'm done. I'm done.
Feel free to go on to the next step, Sarah.
2.
2. Thank you.
Oh.
-4 over
Oh, I'm
2
so
times
stupid. How'd
-1.
they do
Did you miss it?
that? I got
Everybody laugh at Olsen. He
I
always
got,
laughs
I got 1/2.
Ha!
Nerd.
Nerd.
at me. 2.
Loser.
Thank you, Quinlivan. So now, x equals 2, guys, is our axis of symmetry. That's half the battle. Now, let's find f of that number. Because remember, y and f of x are one and the same. If you get this right, I'd be highly impressed. I don't think anybody's going to.
21.
What do you got?
5.
Ooh, you got it right.
21.
Good job, Aaron. I got it right too.
Guys,
There.
the answer is 5, and everybody's going to get it wrong.
Yeah, I still don't know how you get that.
Right. And you know what last period said to do? They said put a -1 as a, and you will get it right more often.
Ah.
Because what you're doing is, it's -2 squared. The negative sign is not inside the parentheses. Okay? +4 times 2 plus 1. So it equals -4 plus 8 plus 1, which equals 5. So f of 2 equals 5. And what the kids said last period, they're like, if you do it this way, you'll get more of them right. Y equals -1. Y equals -1x squared plus 4x plus 1. So when the coefficient of x squared is -1, guys, maybe write it down, because then you see this. There's -1 here. All right.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So what's the vertex? What's the vertex?
2,
2, 5.
Is the axis of symmetry a fraction on C?
And the next one, yes.
Okay,
Aww.
good. Then I got it.
You got it right. Good question. So you're finding two things, guys. Vertex, axis of symmetry first, then vertex. The axis of symmetry and the x value of your vertex will always be the same.
Sweet.
These two things will always be the same. If they're not, you did something wrong. Think about that.
Then do C.
All right, let's do this next one. Kevin, what are A, B, and C?
A is 3, B is -9, and C is 5.
Very good. Always jot those down. So what is the axis of symmetry, Kev?
Okay, x equals 9/6.
Okay, I'm going to put the opposite of -9 over 2 times 3, which is 9/6. Reduce that down.
Oh yeah, 3/2.
3/2. Guys, that's what I got. It's 3/2. Or if you put 1.5, that'd be fine. But we always leave things improper when we're. But you can leave 3 halves or 1.5. Does everybody understand why the 9 becomes positive at the end?
Yeah.
Because it's the opposite of B, and B is negative. So that would make it positive.
It's a double negative.
Okay? A double negative. Now, here's where your calculators come into play. Everybody had a hard time typing this in last period because they're morons. You want f of 1.5.
I don't have
So, you need 3 times, I'm going to make it back in proper, 3 halves squared minus 9 times 3 halves plus 5. Doing that by hand, guys, will be very tedious, take you too long. No, use your calculator, know how to do fractions. When you have an answer, I like to hear it took us 3 or 4 attempts to get this.
I don't have a
First try.
calculator, so
I got it.
How'd you get, Henry?
-1 3/4.
Negative 1 3/4 is right. We got it in the first one. Or negative 7/4 we got last period. Let me show you guys how we got this. It's 3 times 9/4, 3 halves squared, I can do that in my head, minus 27 halves. 9 times 3 halves, guys, would be 27 halves, plus 5, which equals 27/4 minus 27 halves, plus 5. Do you guys know how to use your ABC button on your calculator?
A, B, C.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Do 27 ABC 4.
Negative.
No,
Oh, I thought that
Is it 1?
27/4 minus 27 ABC 2 plus 5. F of 1.5 equals, I got negative 7/4 or negative 1 3/4 like Henry got. So what does that mean, Henry, that the vertex, where's the vertex at?
3/2.
3 halves, comma, -1 3/4.
That's what I got. And it is the
Why'd you
axis
do
of
one?
symmetry and the x value of the vertex the same number? Yes, they're both 1.5.
Where did the other class get to? I got us the notes.
We're gonna get through a couple more things. That's it. And we're gonna be nice to you guys on your homework tonight. All right. The next part is you're gonna find the y-intercept. The y-intercept is easy. I don't know why we don't show you guys the y-intercept first and then go to the whole axis of symmetry. Well, actually, I know why, because that's way more important. But here's the deal. Does everybody agree that every, Sean, what are we doing? Are you helping out? Does everybody agree that every parabola crosses the y-axis?
Yeah.
No.
Show me a parabola
Yeah.
that does not cross the y-axis. I can show you a parabola that doesn't cross the x-axis, but it is impossible to not cross the y-axis.
Does the vertex have to be
Yeah,
on
the
the
vertex has to
x-axis?
be
No.
The tops of the parabola never go parallel, right?
Right, never go perfectly vertical.
Oh, yeah.
So that means they'll always hit. So even if it's way over here, guys, eventually this side will go up, so it eventually will hit the y-axis. Okay? Now, there are parabolas that will not hit the x-axis. Can you guys visualize that? Look at this. That parabola will never hit the x-axis.
So it goes around the world.
No, don't say stuff like that. They will drop you out of your accelerated class soon if you
If
want
he
to say
makes
stuff like that.
Yeah,
Do you know the
letter
scores yet?
says,
Your regular algebra 2 class.
oh god.
Algebra 1.
So,
Did you find them out already?
What if they?
You're gonna get your letter hopefully Saturday or Monday.
What if
Hey,
Five
you're
not to-
broadcasting.
Kuban, what if they told you to go back to pre-algebra? I know. That's why.
Okay.
It made me
So,
feel really insecure about
here's the
myself.
deal. When,
You need to go
Wait.
back to it, didn't you?
let me show you guys one where it clearly hits the y-axis that goes up. And say it hits the y-axis right here. Okay, here's your parabola, the blue one. What is the x value of the point where it always hits the y-axis?
0.
That's Kevin.
Sorry.
Did I just guess it?
It's only that one
Aw.
segment
Sorry.
that's loud. I don't know why it's loud.
Okay, guys, let me say it again. What's the x coordinate when the parabola hits the y-axis?
0.
0.
Yeah.
Okay, so the
When
y-intercept,
anything hits the y-axis.
x is 0. The y-intercept of the quadratic equation in standard form is when x equals 0. So the y-intercept will have the coordinates of, everybody put a blank, 0, comma. Now I need you guys to really think on this. Everybody take the standard form of the quadratic equation.
Yeah.
And put 0 in for x.
C.
It's easy.
Put 0 in for x. What does y equal? C.
I was thinking that at first, but then I thought maybe it's -2a.
There's where that c comes into play.
0, C.
0 comma c will always be the y-intercept. Always.
Because y equals c.
Everybody turn the back page. Turn back one page.
Take it back now, y'all.
That's so hard.
Are we gonna graph for homework tonight?
Oh yeah, 6 of them. Okay. Problem A. Where does that parabola, don't call it a line, where does that parabola cross the y-axis?
The origins.
0, 0. The next one,
1.
0, 1. Where does the next one cross?
5.
Trust me, guys. Those parabolas cross the y-axis is where axes, right where we said, or we just mentioned. All right, turn the page back. You guys made up new words.
One word.
All right. I don't know why
Well,
this is
Mr.
going so
Mancini,
slow.
what if the parabola is sideways?
Don't worry about sideways ones
Then it
yet.
doesn't have to go through the y-axis then.
It would be the same x and y
But it
switch.
would have to go through the X.
So, all right, here we go. Find the y-intercept for letter A.
Isn't that correct?
If it's sideways, it goes through both, right?
It could not go through the y-axis.
Yeah.
If it were to the right of it and opens up right,
Oh yeah.
it would not hit it.
Unless it goes around.
What's the y-intercept, guys, for letter A?
0,
0, comma 1. Y-intercept, guys, is real easy to do. You got to remember it though. What's the y-intercept for B?
0.
0, comma 0, 0, comma 5. That will help you graph things. Trust me on that. Knowing that point will help you out. All right, now let's put all of this. You guys now know everything it takes to graph a quadratic.
Dang it.
Everything.
Good.
Yeah.
Axis, listen, axis of symmetry, vertex, y-intercept, 1:3:5 ratio, opens up or down. Put all that stuff together, you can graph this stuff. Let's try to get one done before we get out of here. All right, fine. Here's what you guys are going to do step by step on your homework. You are not going to do domain and range until tomorrow. Okay, first, find the axis of symmetry. X equals -b over 2a. How many people think they have that -b over 2a memorized already? That's good. Decide whether the parabola opens up or down based on A. Check. Everybody here is smart enough to know the answer to that question already. Find the coordinates of your vertex next. That is at -b over 2a, which you should already know, comma, f of -b over 2a. And then decide if it's a maximum or a minimum. That tells you whether it's up or down, like up or down, tells you whether it's a maximum or minimum. Find the y-intercept. Easy.
Check.
0, comma, c. Check. Use the value of a and our 1:3:5 ratio to graph a minimum. What's the word minimum mean? At least 5 points in your parabola, if not more.
Check.
Graph your points and sketch your
Parabola. Parabola.
Parabola. Your U-shaped figure.
Honestly, spell it out,
All right,
man.
let's try to do one. Let's try to do one before we get out of here.
The fear of
You guys are doing great. We're gonna do this. All right, there we go. That's that. All right, here we go. We're gonna be nice to you guys tonight because we are totally leading you down the right path as far as there's everything you have to do. What are you talking about, Nico?
They always tell us like what to do.
We're holding your hand here, Nico. Okay, some of you guys need your hand held still. All right, let's do this. The axis of symmetry is that x equals. Hey, what's the formula for the axis of symmetry?
Negative b over 2a.
Negative b over 2a. All right, go to the top. I always did it right by where the equation was. Everybody jot down what you think a, b, and c are. Sidara, what are a, b, and c?
A is 2, B is 4, C is
Nice.
Get darn right.
So, negative b, negative 4, over 2 times 2 equals. Everybody agree it equals negative 1? Did I get it right? Okay. Everybody find the vertical line, x equals negative 1, and you don't need to use a straight edge, but if you have a straight edge, it would be a good idea, and draw a dashed line.
You wrote negative 1.
It was negative 1, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Draw a dashed line, guys, where x equals negative 1. So here's what you're going to do.
You barely see it.
What does that, it's hard, you're right, it's hard when you have just
That's
pencil.
the axis of symmetry.
Guys, the parabola is symmetrical around that line.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, the parabola opens
Up.
up. Boom! Since it opens up, that means it is a minimum. The value of the vertex is a minimum. All right, let's find the vertex now. Negative 1, comma. We got to find f of negative 1. When you plug a negative number in, guys, in for x, what should you always use around it? Use parentheses. 2 times negative 1 squared plus 4 times negative 1 minus 3. I know this is a lot of work, guys, but you got to fight through this. You have six problems to do.
2 minus 4 minus 3 is 5. Negative 5.
Negative 5. Very good. The vertex is at negative 1, negative 5. Everybody graph the point negative 1, negative 5 right now.
Negative 2.
Is your vertex on your axis of symmetry?
Yes.
Yes.
Does it have to be?
Yes.
Yes. If you do something and it doesn't work out, you did something wrong. Now, the vertex, oh, that's where the minimum goes, right there. All right, the y-intercept is at 0, comma,
3. Negative 3.
negative 3. Very good. The y-intercept is at 0, negative 3, because it's at 0, c. So I'm going to graph the point 0, negative 3. Okay? And now, it talks about domain. We do not have to do domain and range. Let's get more points using our 1, 3, 5 ratio. Are we going to use 1, 3, 5 here, or do we have to multiply by
2,
something?
6, 10.
So do we have to multiply by something here, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, a is 2, so we're going to times by 2, which 2, 6, 10. Watch this.
I didn't even do the 1, 3, 5. I just knew it went 2 up when you had to go to the wire.
That's why I try. Look at this, guys. From the vertex, up 2 over 1. It's already graphed. Up 6
Over 1.
over 1. 10 is too many. I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Sketch my parabola. And you guys just grab your first parabola where the vertex is not on the y-axis. By the 6th one tonight, you will be doing that in like 2 minutes. That's how good you will get at it. Thank you guys for sitting through it. Everybody grab. You do not, look at me, you do not have to do domain and range.
I will do domain.
Do not do domain and range. It's a vertex negative 1, negative 5. Take one, take one. Right, wasn't that it? Negative 1, negative 5. Vertex is a, I was looking at the minimum. Because the vertex is the lowest point since it opens up here. Yes, the word minimum goes there. Guys, grab a worksheet. Something up here. I'll give you one.
Can we
Grab
graph
two.
it on?
You have to hand one to somebody else.
Yeah.
Let's go, get out of here.
Can we graph it on a different piece of paper?
Especially you, Alvaro.
Well, you have to at long.
Henry,
Still going.
Lisa, Quinn Livett.
Yeah, I got it.
Wait, do it graphics?
Yeah, you need your own graphs tonight. Do that with Sarah, please. You need your own graphs tonight. Meredith, did you go on?